It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on the Packers' field-stretching tight end. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Packers and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
From beautiful South Florida, here's a look at Hard Stadium in Miami. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got So following the fumble, this offense will get another shot at it as they quickly head back onto the field. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And some space here. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A big run there by Jones. 45 yards. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Watkins on the jet sweep. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Sammy Watkins, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up the score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Completes it again to Dobbs. And he has a big gain inside the... being dropped.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down. The numbers for Jones last week, there was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch, because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that carries over to this week as well.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The offense running out. Charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll work this down inside the 30. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big...
It's ready to get their next drive underway. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers. He'll go right back to Tunyon. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And some room to roam now. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Packers are able to add on to their first half lead.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is...
the Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now. They just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-ups.
It gets by him, and now a little daylight. There he goes, left side. And he he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively you're taught to break down, wrap up.
So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half. Rodgers now on first down. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing now is Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. Touchdown, Packers. Robert Tunyon, as the first half is winding down. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their...
So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. Up the middle, Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you at home as we take you around the NFL on this 25th day.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 20. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. They find some open field here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, 77 yards. And the Packers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. An inside give to Jones. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he's got Rome. And stiff arm number 2. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays. And there's an example of that right there.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now it's Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. Touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are pouring it on. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. The 40. The 20. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he's got some space here. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 39 yards there, a big one.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Romeo Dobbs,
his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Packers continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th.
That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with the touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
And, Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last two drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 33 and a first.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, you have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Green Bay,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they run their mark to 15-0 on the year.
And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins,
they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8.
And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.
It's Week 17 of the 2023 season, and all eyes are on the Packers' sure-handed tight end. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Packers and the Vikings, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Historic Lambeau Field, fittingly it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay. And we drop you in at the start of this next possession in a... game. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. It's a room to maneuver. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Packers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football play, about set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. It really doesn't get much easier than the last drive. One play, and they took it all the way to the house on the touchdown run.
And you know how many times we talk about that's exactly how they drew it up? Because essentially every play that's drawn up in an offensive playbook.
Touchdown! Robert Tonyan, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a
The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tonyan. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end or wide receiver, that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. But they also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Well, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Throwing is Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a first and goal.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Sammy Watkins. Halfway to the board now with career touchdown number 50.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, no, it wasn't necessary. His receiver run that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Rodgers going to throw.
That one into the hands of Watkins downfield.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him all those times you talked to us
about set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
Rodgers now on first down.
That nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this one is incomplete.
So, Charles, you know, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
Tunyon's got it on the out route.
It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Crosby is good. And that... The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Rodgers. And this is caught by Watkins. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here.
115 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Well, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Well, these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Oh, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have
So they surrendered 3 points, and now after the kickoff, this offense gets ready to take over the football. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Give to Jones. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running into the submission, isn't he?
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Mercedes Lewis, his 2nd touchdown on the
season. And the Packers are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. Yeah, definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4 touchdown passes. They're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going.
Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? The give is to Jones.
So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw.
He'll check this down, complete to Dillon.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take him to like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Jones with a nice burst there on 1st down as he'll be taken down, but not before a gain of 7 yards.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Got a man, it's Tunyon.
And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. On 1st down, Rodgers.
Now swing pass for Dillon.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So business as usual for them. Well on the way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Rodgers throwing here. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They can continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Rodgers now to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not Makes it inside the 40.
Heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Packers, they're a win away now from running the table here in the regular season. They move to 16-0 on the year.
It's Week 18 of the NFL, and all are on the Packers' towering tight end. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Packers and the Lions, next on Madden Football.
Now, following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Well, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons.
Touchdown, Packers! Sammy Watkins, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Packers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
When we drop defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. Sammy Watkins, touchdown. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week, they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. To continue that in this game, too. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll go again to Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, it's Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. So back to live action. Let's see what this offense can do here on this play. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And some room. There he goes, left side. 20, 10. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but
about set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's another. It'll be a gain of 21 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he...
That's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it. When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 33 yards that time.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the 3rd quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Jones. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. About set to get started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
That one will go for 9 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And Throws a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Packers! Sammy Watkins with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Packers have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance, and most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Packers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that end.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Again, it's Jones. Room here to run. Oh, look at the juke. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
152 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Second and 4. They can still get a first down without scoring.
Now Rodgers toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tonyan from 6 yards away. And the Packers look poised to reach 17-0. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total. There he goes, right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. But now he appears to be in some pain. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And some space here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's another first down and what will be a gain of 21 yards. With that run, double-check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
Rodgers looking to throw. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go.
This was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for Green Bay,
they finish off a perfect regular season, 17-0.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Detroit,
they'll limp to the finish line a bit with a final record of 5-12.
And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way.
this player's development trait is hidden. Put him in your lineup.